Good evening, I'm Sharad Kuttan and welcome to Let's Talk, the show that brings you the most important conversations of the day. Today I'm at Tristan Cafe in Kuching Sarawak and my guests are Opah, Azhfar and Roy Kulleh, aka Kulleh Grassi, poet. They're members of Nading Rhapsody, a group that's made waves for people who've actually heard their music, an extraordinary sound that's based on both traditional music and their interpretation of it. So thank you so much for being on Let's Talk. You were recently at Georgetown Lit Fest, and if anybody had attended it, they would have heard you play there. Let's introduce you to an audience. I know there's just two of you. You're just a quarter of an 8-person band. So Roy, maybe you could help me by kind of naming all the members and telling us a little bit about yourself first, and then get Opah in the story as well.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Sharad. My name is Royston John Kulleh, anak saya bisa kabang, a really long name. So people used to call me Roy, and my alter name is Kulleh Grassi. I'm a poet as well as a singer-songwriter for Nading Rhapsody. I was born and raised first here in Sarawak, originally from Kapit, Song Kapit. And yeah, just like the rest of other members of Nading Rhapsody, we all are
you from
not really a youngster.
Are you from various parts of Sarawak? Because the one thing I think that's probably true of most of us from the peninsula, or some of us from the peninsula, is that probably don't have a good geographical sense of Sarawak, because it's a huge state. I think it's bigger than the peninsula itself, right? So, Opah, where do you come from in Sarawak?
Well, I'm actually born and bred in Kuching. But
so you're a city girl?
I'm a city girl, born and bred in Kuching. But my background, my mother is from Berita, Sarawak, and my father is from Kampong Gita, also in Kuching. But their background backdates to Bintango, Sarike, so it's a different part of Sarawak. It's more towards the Cebu part where his family is currently residing. And as you mentioned, there's 8 of us. There's only 2 of us. Another person who is also a vocalist, just like the 2 of us, is Chris Sheldon.
He's a bidayu.
He's a bidayu. He's also a city boy from Kampong Bumbo, Kuching.
It's a bidayu village. Yeah.
And then there's
Roy.
There's Roy G. Another Roy G. He plays our electric guitar, and he is from his family is in Kuching. And there's Steve. He plays the drum, and he's also from Kuching. And there's Adrian, our percussionist. He's born and bred in Kuching, a city boy, but the family, the father is from Simunjan, and the mother is from Singai.
Half-breed, bidayu Haniban.
Half-bred.
Okay, so have we exhausted the list of band members?
There's another 2.
Another 2.
Okay. There's Tenny, Ibadayu from Kuching also. And who else did I left out? I've actually spoken about all
Randy.
8 of us. There's Randy, our Sape player.
Guy.
Okay, Sape. And because Sape, perhaps if you think of musical instrumentation, you think of Sarawak, Sape has now become kind of the iconic instrument, isn't it, for kind of music from this part of Malaysia. I do want to ask you though, I mean, is your ethnic background in any way a determinant of the kind of music that you like, or the kind of music that you're creating? Is it a conscious effort to weave in different musical traditions within that that exist in Sarawak, or is it something that you're just coming up on your own, Roy?
Well, actually, there are various other string instruments, not just sape, but since of course, it's because of the the introduction of the media through sape. So, and of course, the sound of the sape itself. But of course, there are so many other string.
Yeah, there are a lot of
musical
other
instruments,
instruments.
Just like
from
Berita,
Sarawak.
right? Or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so were you trained? I mean, just very quickly, were you trained in music, Opah?
No.
So you don't have any musical training?
No.
Roy, do you have
No.
any musical training?
No.
Okay, and I know, Roy, you're a school teacher, and Opah, you're an executive in a private firm. This is as much as you would reveal to me. Okay, or I could find on the internet. Now, so you don't have a musical background, or don't have formal training at least. So how did you come to music, Opah? I mean, what brought you to and you're a vocalist within the band. I mean, but I understand you also contribute to the composition and the creation of the sound. How did you come to music?
I've actually been singing since, well, this is a bit cliche, but people say that they've been singing since they're young. But it's true because initially my background of music is quite different from what we do today.
Yeah, each one
All of us. I was first introduced to, of course, we were all introduced to ballad and then pop and then jazz, right up until I met world music. The same goes with Roy. He's a
poppy guy.
Yeah, he's a ballad and pop guy.
The late 80s, is it? 90s, okay. Britney Spears, okay.
So the same goes with the rest of the guys. We were all introduced to different types of music, but there was a calling that we had in somewhere in 2011 and 2012 where we find a different path in music. Something intrigues us, and it's like a switch. Suddenly we realize that apart just from playing music, you have to know where does your path goes.
Okay. I want to ask you this though, one of the other things we associate, at least in musical terms, with Sarawak is the Rainforest Festival, the world music. Did that festival itself and the fact they brought bands from around the world, and I've been to some of them, I remember a Mongolian band and this all kinds of wonderful musicians from around the world. Did that have an impact on you? Did you attend those festivals, Roy? Did it have an impact on you?
Yeah, of course, because throughout this year, I mean, we were involved in 2012 and 2014 with Rainforest World Music Festival, and then, of course, we learned a lot from other musicians around the world. Of course, the biggest impact was we share our sounds, and then technically we learn how to deliver it put it in the right sounds, because we are in this modern era. We need to put the traditional sounds in the right state.
I have to say that the world-renowned Rainforest World Music Festival has played a big part of our journey during the first few years, because our involvement through the Rainforest World Music Festival has opened us up and showed us to the different types of people from all parts of the world and how they project the term world music.
Yeah.
What we see in Sarawak is just when you say traditional music, people would see it as music to welcome people, or say to say goodbye. People play it at corporate functions, but people don't see it as something that can be marketed outside of Sarawak.
Wonderful. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for more. Stay tuned to Let's Talk.